Gene Rainbolt was born in Norman, Oklahoma, at the beginning of the Great Depression in 1929. Surrounded by 3 older siblings, a host of family, and parents who loved him. He grew up in a house that still stands today, across the street from McKinley Elementary School.
My mother was always just I say just, that's unfair. My mother was a housewife, hated housework, but absolutely loved gardening, so I grew up in almost a Monet garden. So I love flowers and the outdoors and nature.
He stayed in Norman, went to OU, and when it was time to get married, he married his grade school sweetheart, Janine Tuttle. He was commissioned as an honors student into the Army and served 4 years in Korea, where he was awarded the Bronze Star. When he came home, it was time to go to work.
The chairman of the finance department at OU was on the board of the little bank in Noble, and I had never had thought at all about being a banker, except of course I knew bankers because I'd grown up with them. And he said, you need to meet the person who owns this bank because he's been ill and he needs someone to run it. So I interviewed with him, and I'd never done more than cashed a check in a bank. And he engaged me to run the bank, and we agreed we would look for opportunities to invest in other banks.
This young banker kept investing. Meanwhile, the Rainbolts had 2 children, David and Leslie.
I had 2 dedications in my life, one to my family, one to my career. So I didn't play golf. I didn't have hobbies that took time except reading. Reading, family, and work. So dedication to family has been very important to me.
Bank First was founded on April 22, 1989. By that time, Gene and his investment team had acquired 45 individual banks. Surviving this time after the failure of Penn Square Bank took keen intellect and determination in changing the archaic Oklahoma banking laws. Gene was a lion in this arena, which has attributed to the success and security of banks all across Oklahoma today.
And the reason I've enjoyed it so much is because I realized early that the quality of the bank in a community largely determines the prosperity of the families in that community and its outcome. So it has been very rewarding as we've worked to build communities. We really focus on helping families achieve their dreams, in the process building communities, and in the aggregate we build a state. So it's been a very rewarding career.
Gene has served on countless boards and committees, received numerous awards and honors for his service to his community. There are 2 quotes on Gene Rainbolt's wall. One, his own quote about how he should live. Always compare performance to potential, never to peer. And the other, how he has lived his life. Do not go gently into the night. Old age should burn and rage at the closing of the day. Rage, rage against the dying of the night, by Dylan Thomas.
Well, I think that if I look back on my life, I really was dedicated to a single thing, which was to succeed and live a different life than what I saw people living during the Depression. And I'm not referring to my family, but to young children that lived under the water tower in Norman in cardboard boxes, and vagrants who came to the back door asking for food. And so I'm a child of the Depression, and so from a very early age, I worked and cannot remember ever not working.
Janine, his lifetime advisor, best friend, and wife of 57 years, is gone now. Gene spends his days still going to the bank, attending meetings, his evenings quietly reading with his beloved dog Gabby by his side. Weekends are for family and tending his orchids. It has been a life of love, family, success, and recognition. He is a quiet, intelligent man who speaks with brevity and gazes intently upon his subject. He leaves a legacy of strong foundation and a belief that people can actually make something of themselves when given a chance. Which is why Gene Rainbolt is the beneficiary of the Oklahoma City University's Meinders School of Business Chairman's Award.